guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. Feels good to be sitting down behind the MacBook again and going over some more Apple news for you guys. There's a ton, and I'll probably split it up over multiple days just because there's so much, but today's is crazy. Apple is being sued now for purposefully slowing down older iPhone models. So in case you guys didn't hear, Apple yesterday just admitted to throttling older iPhones when their battery is not at full capacity. So essentially what they're doing is they're trying to mitigate the fact that, you know, sometimes when your battery gets old, your phone would just shut down, and that's pretty annoying. So what Apple did was, in one of the iOS 10 versions, they just put in a bit of code that modified it a little bit so that if the battery wasn't, good enough and it was shutting down, then instead it will just throttle it and your phone will just be slower, but at least it won't shut down. That's their thinking of it. But these guys, Stefan whatever and Dakota Spies, represented by Wilshire Law Firm, filed a lawsuit with the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California, accusing Apple of slowing down their older iPhone models when new models come out. Now that is kind of a bit of a stretch because that's not how Apple describes it, but they're saying that essentially Apple intentionally slowed down these phones to kind of make them, want to upgrade. But as you can see here, Apple yesterday addressed speculation that it throttles the performance of older iPhones with degraded batteries, confirming that there are power management features in place to attempt to prolong the life of the iPhone and its battery. Apple implemented these features last year in iOS 10.2.1. So these guys are suing Apple, and let's scroll down here just a bit. Lawsuit is demanding the replacement of the old iPhone and compensation for loss of use, loss of value, the purchase of new batteries, ascertainable losses in the form of deprivation of the value of the iPhone, and overpayments because plaintiffs and class members did not receive what they paid for when Apple interfered with their usage of their iPhones. So I see both sides of this, but I have to lean towards these guys. As much as I don't like people just randomly suing Apple left and right because it's a waste of time because Apple's so big, this actually could go somewhere for people because Apple did not disclose that they were slowing down people's phones. They didn't. That's the problem here. If they would have said in iOS 10.2.1, hey guys, this release will actually slow down your phone if you've been having problems, with your degraded battery, if your phone's been shutting off, instead of shutting off, now it's just gonna run a little slower, so at least you'll be able to use it, kind of thing. So I know personally, my iPhone 6 right now, it's jailbroken and stuff and it was dropped in water, but it shuts off at 70% pretty much every time. So I have to use it plugged in. The battery's all over the place. It doesn't make sense. And I don't think it's on 10.2.1. So I bet if I upgraded it, well, I can't get to 10.2.1, but if I upgraded it, I bet you it would kind of even out a little bit. So I think what Apple did was good, but it was also bad. They did it with good intents, but under the surface, they could have been doing this to slow down people's phones, to make them want to upgrade. I mean, they could claim, oh, it's because they were shutting down, blah, blah, blah. But they could also have been doing this secretly knowing, hey, this is going to slow down their phone. They're going to want to get a new one, etc., etc. So I don't know. I'm just not cool with Apple doing stuff like this and not telling people. Like, if you're going to push out an update to millions of people, tell them what it's going to do. Otherwise, honestly, I kind of agree with this. So I think Apple should do something. I don't know if it's pay people or basically anyone before the iPhone 8 is pretty much what would have to be compensated. So pretty much all of you guys watching this video right now would probably get something. So that's kind of cool, but I bet you it wouldn't be much. It seems like a stupid lawsuit, but at the same time, something has to be done so that Apple doesn't do this in the future. Because again, if you're going to slow down my phone, tell me first so I can choose to either upgrade or not. That's pretty much all I ask at that point. But yeah, so that is the lawsuit right now, Apple being sued for purposely slowing down older iPhone models. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys think that Apple is in the right or the wrong, or if those guys that are suing them are in the right or the wrong, because I want to know what you guys think about this. Possibly going to be one of the biggest lawsuits if it actually goes through. I mean, it could just get shut out right away, but we will have to see on that. But that's all I got for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.